Okay, running a little bit late this evening, but we've got an exclusive interview with the man himself, Mr. Jack Goff.
I think it's a massive advantage.
What's going on here?
Oh, look who's turned up.
This is my job.
Not anymore, mate. Vincent's taken over. You're out.
This is JGTV. I am JGTV.
True professional. One take wonder. Did it in one go. Me and you, so last year.
He's 10.
You may be 10. Look at all the kit. You, one camera, handheld all over the place, but this, true professional.
What's your name? Vincent.
Remember the name. James Heron. Out.
So we're here with Jack Goff, who has secured pole position for tomorrow's race. So what are your thoughts with Colin Turkington right behind you?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that one up. It's one of the first things I saw really when I got out of the car. You sort of look who's around you, and in a front-wheel drive car, you don't tend to want to have a rear-wheel drive car too close behind. To not have one, but to have two, with Andrew Jordan just behind him, it isn't great, but you know, get the driver excuses out early, and let's try and crack on tomorrow. And keep him behind us. We've got me and my mate Sam Tordoff on the front row, so if we can try and work together and block his path through, then all well and good.
So how much of an advantage is it to remain in the same team?
Yeah, I think it's a massive advantage. It's something I've never really had before. So for me, it's a step into the unknown, but in a good way. It's to know the lads that I've worked with over the last year, over the last 12 months. I know the car pretty much. The engine's slightly different, but apart from that, it's pretty much the same. So I think it's a big advantage. It's something, like I say, I've never had, and a lot of people down the grid have had over the years.
So you had a Swindon engine last year and a Honda engine this year. How do they compare?
Pretty similar, to be honest. It's not a massive difference. So the Swindon might be a little bit better when it's at the end of the straights, and maybe this one's a little bit better at the start of the straight. So it's not massive.
Who is your biggest threat?
There's about 31 big threats on the grid. That's the problem. I honestly think anyone in the top 20 could probably win a race this year. So I don't think you can discount anybody. So yeah, there's a lot of people, big threats. But tomorrow, probably starting race one, probably Colin Turkington. And I'm pretty sure Andrew Jordan will be coming through as well.
Who do you not want to see in your rearview mirror?
Colin Turkington. Actually, that's a lie. I get on very well with Colin and Andrew, and they're both fair drivers. So I won't mind seeing him in my rearview mirror. I'd like to see everybody in my rearview mirror tomorrow. But yeah, if I keep him in the rearview mirror, then it's been a good day.
Yeah. So when you win the championship, will you keep number 31 or change to number 1?
Oh, I don't look at things like that right now. It's a long, long season. You know, getting pole for round one's great. You know, we might lead the championship overnight tonight with 1 point, but it's a long way away from the end of the year. But if I won the championship, I'd keep 31. I'm pretty sure of that.
So, because of the BTCC 60th anniversary, how are you going to prepare yourself for the 60-mile race?
Doing about 10 laps of the M25, probably, going around in circles. But no, it's going to be pretty tricky, that race, for us in a front-wheel drive car. I think the rear-wheel drives will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably in that race. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We've got the mid-season test there at Snetterton in the middle of the year in July sometime. So I'm sure we'll do a fair few race distances there and make sure we can keep our tyres in one piece.
Do you have to adapt your driving because of it's a longer race?
Yeah, definitely. You have to bear in mind that the tyres on our car wear out a lot faster than, say, the BMWs do. So for us, you know, we have to keep that in the back of our mind. We can't go flat out straight away. We have to sort of drive within ourselves a little bit, which is quite difficult sometimes. But yeah, I think for the 60-mile race, it'll be very, very steady for the first few laps to make sure we don't hurt the tyre and see where we end up come 45 minutes later.
So I've got a bit of a fun question. Do you like my dad's new trainers?
I haven't seen your dad's new trainers. He's coming round, here we go. They're pretty smart. I'm pretty jealous as well. I need some black and yellow trainers. My trainers are letting my outfit down. I've got black and white. It's a bit old school there. I need some yellow ones, definitely.
So can you talk us through your start procedure of your car? Backwards.
Backwards? Right, so the lights have gone out, so I'm in the lead, hopefully. I'm back at the start line. I've got brake pressure. I've let go of the start button, let go of the brake pedal, let the brake button. I built my clutch biting point up. I've cooled the engine down, and I'm in my start place, and I've done my green flag lap. So that wasn't a bad job. I got it backwards better than I do forwards, so that's pretty good.
So what advice would you give to someone who would want to become a racing driver?
Oh, lots of advice. You know, there's one of the things I've sort of learned over the years is never stop taking advice. That's the biggest thing for me. You know, I'm still always learning things. I'm sure the likes of Matt Neal and Jason Plato are still learning things. You know, there's new people coming through all the time. But it's work hard. You know, you've got to work hard off track, probably more so than you work hard on track, because the driving part should be the natural part more so. Yes, we try and develop ourselves as we go, but it's how you market yourself off track, and it's a lot of hard work behind the scenes. You know, I'm lucky I've got a very good team behind me at Jack Goff Racing, and obviously the Wicks Racing with Eurotech boys and girls are fantastic as well. So, you know, I'm very, very fortunate, but certainly there's a lot of hard work you have to put in behind the scenes.
So what do you do when you're not at a race circuit?
Working on the hospitality truck most of this winter, so polishing that by hand, which was nice. It was really good. Not. But it has to be done. Apart from that, I do a lot of work in the motor trade. So I work for manufacturers, people like Rolls-Royce, Honda, doing track days stuff, things like that, you know, private tuition, bits and pieces really, whatever pays the bills.
So it's great to see that you've secured a new sponsor with Wicks. So what attracts sponsors to the BTCC, and why should they sponsor you?
I think there's lots of attractions to be part of the BTCC. You know, I think it's growing in popularity every single year. The crowd attendance is getting bigger and bigger. I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a decent crowd attendance. It's going to be around the 40,000 mark again, which is one massive benefit, but you also got live TV coverage. It's also, you can get close to the action. You know, when you're sponsoring Formula One, for instance, you don't get close as part of the team. Whereas with touring cars, you can really get up close and personal with garage tours, grid walks, things like that. So I think there's a lot more you can see and get involved with in the British Touring Car Championship compared to things like Formula One.
So after the error with JGTV, can you trust James with future episodes?
No. That probably sums that one up, doesn't it? No. Yeah.
Well, I don't really stand a chance here now anyway, do I?
It wasn't really one error. It was multiple errors between us, I think, for that one. So we pretty much screwed up and chucked in the bin, I think. Yeah.
So what would you be if you weren't a racing car driver?
Well, I studied motorsport engineering at Silverstone Motorsport College. So I was actually a mechanic for Matt Jackson before I raced in touring cars myself. So I've got a passion for motorsport. You know, deep down, my passion was always to drive. Yeah. But if it wasn't for the driving aspect, I can turn my hand to doing the spanners as well and get myself dirty under the car. And, you know, I've done both sides of it. So probably a mechanic or an engineer.
So what's the relationship between the team outside of the track?
Awful. Nah, I'm joking. Really, really good. That's one of the massive benefits. I get on very well with my engineer. You know, we're a similar age, which is good, and I think that helps. We have a bit of banter, you know, but at the same time we're professional. Yeah. And I think that's key, really key. You know, it's good to have a good relationship and a good bit of atmosphere in the camp, and if we all get on well off track, then it usually makes the cogs turn better on track.
So thank you very much for your time, Jack, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Hello and welcome to Steve Predicts for a new year. During the off season I've been thinking about why I only got 3 right out of 30, and I think I've sussed out what it is. You see, I've been getting them right, it's Jack that's been getting them wrong. So I've had a talk with Jack, we've worked out a formula, so for race 1 I'm going for a win.
And then to our winner, taking his 3rd BTCC win. Well done to Jack Goff! Jack Goff is the independent winner for round 1. and climbs aboard. So the Wicks Racing with Eurotech Honda Civic Type R driver Jack Goff takes the win in round 1. Of course, because here we go, the first of the champagne show.
Steve Predicts got it right.
Did he? For the first time ever, it might be.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Message
Thank
for
you.
the JG fans.
Thank you so much for your support. It's nice to get the first race win for Wicks Racing with Eurotech at round 1, but we're fully aware there's 29 more races to go yet, so we won't get too excited just yet. If we can do that at the end of the year and we're on the top step, then we're well and good.
Wishful, Steve predicts. I want another race win. However, I'm using my formula. I'm going to have to go for second.
And welcome to the first Q&A session of 2018. What do you think of the new hospitality? I think we need a bigger round of applause though for the first pole position and the first win of the BTCC 2018 for Jack Goff.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to get the bragging rights. You know, pole position, the first one of the year, the first one for Wicks Racing with Eurotech. You know, it's brilliant. It's nice to do it when everyone's on zero ballast, because we know that everyone's on an equal playing field, and to then convert that into a race win today was obviously fantastic. And to do it in wet conditions where we hadn't had much testing here yesterday, obviously in the wet, sort of put the cherry on the top there. But no, it's good. It's good. You know, not just from our side as drivers, but everyone puts a lot of hard work in behind the scenes at Eurotech. The boys and girls there are fantastic. I've just realised how powerful I feel standing above you there, James. Yeah.
It's like going to the headmaster's office.
It is.
So, race 2, Jack. Tyres?
If I'm totally honest with you, mate, I think 7 laps from the end, I thought, right, we've got this in the bag. This is ours again. We've got 2 wins straight away. This is it's going to be an easy year. This is it. Job done. So yeah, then out of nowhere in my rearview mirror, I saw obviously the first of the slick runners, and I actually thought, oh, they're a lap down. They're just coming back through from a lap down. They've been into the pits and come back out again. And he gave me a nice tap and tried to turn me into the pit wall for no apparent reason when he came past me. But hey, we won't go into that too much. But it's a shame, you know, for us. We thought we could have got 2 wins there straight off the start of the championship. But P10, we were the winner of the wet tyre race because we were the first car on wets. But you know, that's a bit of something to take away from it. But actually, 2 wins with 2 trophies would have been quite nice.
Good. Yeah, I'm on the softs like Jack. In colder conditions like this, it should keep them a bit alive for a bit longer. So I think they're going to be fast. Matt sort of proved that. Race 2, he went for race 2 for the softs. So yeah, good. I think. Obviously, I'm starting a little bit further back than Jack, but I think put solid points trying to get in the top 10 again. Yeah.
There's a question here. It says it's from Auntie Nina. I don't know who. Is there an Auntie Nina here, or is it 2 Auntie Nina? I don't know. But if it's not for Auntie Nina, we'll give it to Jack. And it says, "Why are you so good?"
I've paid her a lot of money to say that as well. I can't see where she is though, so I can't pay her. Oh, there she is. I've done something right apparently, so that's good. That's my answer.
The good news is it wasn't a question for Auntie Vanessa. So yeah. Who does your nails? And that's from Uncle Carl.
Wow. This is the depth of intelligence we have on that table there, my family table.
Second on 57, and Luke Browning after that win, he's just behind.
There she goes, over to the far end of
I'm thinking it's going to be a reverse grid, so I'm going to go 4th.
Of the 2018 Ginetta Junior Championship.